I'm going to make a speech about the impact of modernity on the family, and I'll just use a few well-known phrases that I'll give you advance warning of. Otherwise, there's nothing very technical in this speech. So I will use the phrases digital natives, global village, and the digital divide. So if you're ready, I will begin after this pause. Ladies and gentlemen, I've chosen to make a speech about the family because I was actually told that there are no speeches in English about the family yet on the speech repository. And one might ask why this is so. After all, we all belong to a family of some sort. And for most of us, our family ranks as one of the most important things in our lives. The answer, I think, why there are no speeches yet on the speech repository about the family is that technology and the global economy have pushed the family to the back of the queue of the many things competing for our attention. The classic image that comes to mind in this context is one of a family sitting around a table, the two parents and the children, but each person is intent on their own telephone, and they only occasionally enter into contact with the other family members physically present at the table. The children, of course, are more technologically competent than their parents, so they have very little time for any advice their parents might have to offer them, which will inevitably be outdated. The foundation of parental authority has always been experience and savoir-vivre, but this has been undermined by the rapid pace of recent technological change. Respect for older people in general has been undermined because today's children are digital natives. They are at home in an online world, whereas their grandparents are more like children than the children themselves. The grandparents are hopelessly at sea in what is a very fast-changing reality that has completely overtaken them in most cases. The period of childhood innocence has also been shortened by ever earlier exposure to the harsher realities of life through the omnipresent internet. And when the children grow up, they're less likely to stay in their hometown because the world has become a global village, and labour is required in and around the megacities and conurbations created by the demands of the global economy. A family reunion now requires a logistic tour de force to bring family members separated by ever greater distances together again. So much effort is required to organise such a family reunion that in the end one gives up, forced by lack of money, lack of time, or lack of health. And anyway, after so much separation, a sense of estrangement from other family members has built up. So, thanks to globalization and digitization, the generation gap has been widened by geographical distance and by the famous or infamous digital divide. The prospects for the family certainly do not look good at the moment. But it is always advisable to preserve one's hope and one's belief in a better future. Humans are endowed with free will and intelligence, and it is to be hoped that we will be able to apprehend and to correct this undesirable side effect of globalization and digitization. Thank you for your attention.